Tea with Tia.
Tea with Tia, yeah, that's right. Hello, this is Tia, and as you can see, I'm in this really colorful, fun, crazy, quirky mood, I must say. That's because I am with the artist and the creative director of the Quirk Box. Hi, Jayesh. Welcome to the show.
Hi Tia, thank you very much for having me. I'm not sure I can match up to your energy, but I'm going to try.
No, I think you're doing fine,
So
like
far, so
absolutely
good, right?
fine. Thank you so much for having me at this beautiful home, come studio, come so much more actually. So we're going to first talk about the brand Quirk Box and Jayesh Sachdev, the artist, today in this very special interview. Okay, so Jayesh, talking about the brand Quirk Box, as the name suggests, it's always been very colorful, quirky. It's been young, fun. So tell me, how was the Quirk Box born?
I'm going to start with you look great in Quirk Box.
Thank you. I love the
I'm not sure
colours.
if you want this before, but I think you should continue to now, right? But yeah, I mean, essentially, I'm an artist.
Yes.
I see as an artist, we're restricted to often putting our works on a canvas, on a wall or a gallery.
Right.
And I want to break that mold and think about how else I could have my art on, in spaces. And I figured, why not make people wear it?
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
now you're wearing my art, and you're a sitting art gallery as we speak, right? So that's essentially how Quirk Box came into being, and ever since then it's just been a fun ride that we're continuing to enjoy putting our artwork on multiple mediums, fashion being just one of them.
So basically, it's wearable art, as you said. It's on clothes. It's also on furniture.
Right.
It's the conventional paintings. You said you also do spaces. What else does the label Quirk Box does?
I mean, we try not to restrict it to a medium. Art should not be bound by medium. I mean, there are artists who say I paint, and there's somebody who says I'm sculpture. I feel like as an artist, I enjoy having to not restrict my art to a medium.
Okay.
So if there is an opportunity to put my artwork on shoes, I will. If there is something to put on stationery, we will. So we used to do all kinds of accessories and fashion. Then we kind of scaled up into shoes. We've done space design, where we put our artworks or the concept of the brand on large spaces, be it like 40 foot, 50 foot. We do murals. We do, I mean, the sky's the limit, right? I mean, anywhere there is a surface, we can see ourselves putting our artwork on it.
Yeah, of course, as you
And,
can see
yeah.
around, there's art on chairs. There's art, of course, on clothes. There's art everywhere, and I think it's a very, very different concept, I must say. But Jayesh Sachdev, who's always been a very, very talented artist, and you specialize in nudes, and that is something that you've always done. From black and white to a lot of color. Of course, the transition must have been very interesting. But let's talk about what you essentially do, and that's nudes. And of course, you sell your paintings worldwide. Tell us about that. Like, how did that start? And it's a very different kind of profession, I must say. So, was it like looked at differently? Was it difficult for you to find buyers? Or how does that space work? I want to understand.
I mean, I feel like, as you ask that question, you're kind of adding a taboo to it.
Yeah.
The fact is that it's something that's so socially induced in us that we kind of constrict ourselves by asking that question itself, right?
Yes.
I feel like I've done it because I enjoy it. I'm passionate about it. I don't put a taboo to it. I don't try to label it. It's just a naked emotion that I paint. We all have the same skin, and I portray that through my my vision or my understanding of shape, light, shadow. I put it on canvas, and that's how I've been doing what I've been doing for a really long time. It's also a really intimate way to meet people in a personal setting that is not sexualized. It's a beautiful, intimate space where you are comfortable enough to create art with somebody. And I feel like if you start seeing things from that lens, you start perceiving it very differently.
Right.
But yeah, that's just one of the things that I do. I paint largely because I'm passionate about it. I enjoy it.
Right.
Quirk Box is an extension of that. It's just about putting art again. Like, I feel like I have so many ideas, and I have so many more people that I want to showcase my work to. I feel like this is just one medium of putting it to. Canvas is something that's conventionally what I've been doing.
Right.
And I used to showcase it to more people through this new medium of fabric. Which how Quirkbox came into being.
Absolutely. You know what is really interesting is that you see Indian designers selling their clothes worldwide, and thanks to social media and internet, the world has become a smaller place. But the way you work is even more interesting because you're not just like selling remotely, but you're also working remotely.
Yeah.
So the artist is here in Pune,
Yeah.
Pune city, and the production is happening in Delhi and Calcutta,
That's right.
and it's being sold everywhere. So I think from business point of view, a lot of people who probably do not want to shift their base but work somewhere close to how you're doing it, how does this actually function?
So, I mean, if you ask me this question pre-pandemic, I probably wouldn't have an answer to it. But, the way the world has restructured and re-understood the way we work now has changed a lot. During the pandemic, businesses like ours, we are also a homegrown indigenous brand.
Right.
And with relatively smaller setups. It was obviously challenging in that period, with the pandemic hitting us and people not buying clothes. So we had to restructure and re-figure out how we establish our businesses going forward. How do we minimize costs? How do we kind of also now my staff is so comfortable having work from home that nobody wants to come back to work.
Right.
I probably don't want to go back into a setup where I have to, spend 8 hours of my day locked up as well, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a comfort space that we've built within this adaptation of, a situation we were thrown into.
Right.
And yeah, it's challenging. It has its own challenging because, you work across cities.
Yeah.
And you just have to kind of adhere to a certain guidelines of being professional even through those challenges.
So your art is not just restricted to your own label, but your artwork is for everyone. So basically, I see your art on the books. So authors call you to sort of sketch for their books. Then I see it on a lot of brands, a lot of products that we use. But I think this is, how the new generation is working. We're very smart. We understand that competition is passe, but collaboration is, what is the need of the hour. And I think that the work that you're doing is amazing. But when I talk about your amazing work, how can I forget the ultimate Instagram page? I mean, just look at the kind of work you're doing. I want to understand first, what is this whole AI? This whole concept of the Mickey Mouse dressed as a bride, and then you see
The cats, the Billies of Balochistan. That got
the
really
Billies of Balochistan.
Yeah.
You see, I mean, who dresses up a cat as a bride? Then you see an astronaut, a female astronaut, dressed as a bride. Now this is crazy, Jayesh. Like what is it? You have to explain to us. 30 million views. Like, what did you do?
So you're standing right in front of a Dali painting, and Dali and Andy Warhol and Picasso, these three happen to be artists that I hugely admire and I've grown up with, admiring as well. So there are influences of that in my work that's been there for a really long time, and I work with a lot of hybrids. You're wearing a cat with sneakers, right?
Yeah.
And a really cool jumpsuit. So hybrids is something that I've been doing in my artwork for a long time. With the new advent of tech, which AI coming before light, I started off with just experimenting with AI and seeing a bunch of works on on social media and kind of wondering about it at first, and then figured let me try my own hands at it. And I just had a bunch of ideas, and I figured let's try experimenting with them. And over the course of trying, I got better at it.
Yeah.
Little did I know that this would, also blow up the way it did. And yeah, I mean, it was really exciting at that point because my phone wouldn't go off, stop going off the hook. And yeah, close to 30 million views is ridiculous organically to grow.
It is.
On a
It's
platform.
ridiculous.
Yeah. I guess it was just breakthrough in a way of being innovative. It was eye-catching, it was relatable, it was identifiable.
Right.
There's a huge population that loves animals, dogs, cats.
Absolutely.
And just to see them dressed in this, in a persona that we glorify so much in our own culture, right?
Right. Whatever works for you works
That's
for
right.
you. I think what really works for you and the label, the Quirkbox, is this madness, this out of the box innovation, and this playfulness that you said, and this color and this mood. So please stay the way you are, quirky, fun.
I will.
Thank you for this amazing, wonderful conversation.
Thank you
I
very
really
much.
enjoyed speaking to you.
And it was lovely speaking with you. Thank you very much for doing this again. We did this a long time ago. Happy to do it again.
Thank you.
Thank you.